who have the best akhlaq, best behavior, best character, best behavior. So, we want to enter Ramadan with the best akhlaq because we're entering this beautiful month, this guest that we're welcoming in the next 3 weeks. We want to improve on our akhlaq as we present ourselves in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in those auspicious days and nights. So we should work on our flaws. We all are flawed. We all have, mashallah, very good qualities, but we are all human and we also have flaws. We also have, weaknesses. So let's be introspective. Let's think about ourselves. Are we in the habit of saying things which are not perfectly true sometimes? Like we're on the fence. They call them white lies or gray lies or whatever. Or we like to talk about people that are not there in front of us, backbiting or riba. Or we waste time. We waste tons of time on the phone. We're just browsing social media. There's so many small flaws that we have. Some small, some big. So I think we need to take this time, these 3 weeks, to try and work on our flaws. Again, we don't want to get into Ramadan and say, oh, you know what, I must stop doing this, or I must stop doing that. This is the time to get ready to try and work on your weaknesses, on your mistakes, on your flaws, and try to, if you have a tongue that's loose, if you have an anger problem, if your spouse is not happy with the way you speak to her at times, or vice versa. However, with your children, you're harsh with the kids. Try to work on yourself even now, so that when you enter this beautiful month, this glorious month of Ramadan, you actually are already on the way to being reformed, and then it's nur ala nur after that, because you're already working on yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will appreciate that you're already getting ready for the month. So, let's all improve our akhlaq, that when we enter the month of Ramadan, that we enter in a way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with us. The other thing we of course, we should do more sadaqah during Ramadan, but also in preparation, start giving out a little bit now. Save more of it for Ramadan, of course. It's much more sawab and much more ajr. But you can start giving out more, get into the spirit of giving a little bit more even now, before the month comes. Right? Improve the quality of your salah before the month comes, because it's a lot of salah, it's a lot of ibadat. So start working on khushu now on your salah. Focus on your salah and evaluate your salah. You can give your salah a score after you're done with your salah. You do your taslim, and then you say, okay, how was that salah? Was that a 7 out of a 10? Was that a 2 out of a 10? Was that a 1 out of a 10? Because salahs are distracted, like we all have distracted salahs. And often I finish my salah and I tell myself, that was a 3 out of a 10. That really wasn't very good. The focus wasn't there. And it's a struggle, it's a lifelong struggle. So, but with Ramadan coming, I think that's another thing we should do, is to focus on our salahs. Of course, if we are struggling saying our salahs, then we should really try to be punctual with our salahs. If we are already saying our salahs, then we should try to say them in the right time, not saying at the last few minutes. And the final thing is that we really need to focus on khushu' during the salah. So I want to go back to, we're in Ramadan and we start, fasting. I just wanted to emphasize again the importance of good health. Get your doctor visits. If you're elderly, if you have problems with blood pressure, you don't have to not fast if you take one medication before 24 hours for well-controlled blood pressure. You don't have to skip your fast for that. Just for a mareed who is sick, they are really ill, of course. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the exception. But if you're diabetic, well-controlled diabetic, just on some very basic medications like metformin, that's a very common medication, then you can easily fast. If you're a brittle diabetic, of course, it's a different story. You don't want to do that. You don't want to fast if you're brittle diabetes, means your diabetes is not well controlled and you're struggling with it. That is not recommended to fast. But you can go to your doctor and say, it's the month of my holy month is coming, or a Muslim doctor, you understand, the month is coming. You want to make sure your blood pressure is well controlled. You want to make sure your diabetes, and these are two big illnesses that we deal with. But there are other things too. Asthma. Your asthma should be well controlled. All these things should be well controlled as you're getting into Ramadan. So you don't enter Ramadan and say, oh my God, I should go to the doctor and see if my blood pressure is okay, or I should go and see if my blood sugar is okay. So this should be done now. You have time, you have 3 weeks to prepare, and I'm getting really close to my time. So you get the message. Your health is really important. So get into Ramadan, feeling fit, feeling strong. Start exercising if you don't. Exercise is really important for your stamina in Ramadan also. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم خالقين من الذنب واستغفروا إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله فضلي وإحساني واشكري ولا تزكي وامتناني واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله. In the last 5 minutes, inshallah, I just want to say a few important things about eating in Ramadan, about iftar and suhoor. It goes without saying that we should be careful how we eat. We don't want to fall sick by overeating. We want to eat less. We want to also eat healthy. We all love these greasy. All cultures have greasy iftars. My advice to you is keep some paper towel there, okay? When the pakoras, for those who know what pakoras are, for those who don't know, I'm from the south, from Pakistan, so we are big in pakoras. I keep telling my wife, please don't make pakoras for iftar. She always makes pakoras for iftar because she wants to have them. So your pakoras are going to be there whether you like them or not. So, and you other cultures have fried foods also, so the rolls and the egg rolls. Keep some paper towel there, dab it up really well, okay? Get all the grease out of those pakoras and out of those rolls so that you don't have heartburn in the middle of the night. And when you're standing there, doing tarawih, you're like, oh my God, my chest. Or you're popping Rolaids just before tarawih. You don't want to do that. So try to eat it's hard to eat a light iftar, okay? I'll be honest. But try to go easy on iftar. Make it healthy. Make it healthy. That's what's important. If you have your little vice food, maybe 1 or 2 pakoras or maybe 1, but try to make sure that your iftar is not going to ruin your tarawih. Okay, that's very important. Easier said than done, but this is my advice to you. So try to eat so that your iftar doesn't ruin your tarawih. Plus, it can get you sick. I know people who are calling me because in Ramadan they were eating poorly, and now they're having problems with their diet and their indigestion and this and that because, you're hungry for 12 hours and then you go crazy and stuff. So eat light as much as you can. Just have a little khajur if you can, have a date, and then eat your dinner, okay? Don't have a full iftar and a full dinner because you're going to get sick. Suhoor again, keep it healthy, have oatmeal, have eggs. Just keep it light and keep it healthy. Everybody has their own cuisine. But remember, every cuisine has unhealthy foods and every cuisine has healthy foods. So try to pick healthy foods, fruits and vegetables, meats, fish, things like that are healthy for you. Food from the earth, food from the tree. That's what you need to do. So the last thing I want to talk about is Eid, planning for Eid. So this is really, really important, especially for those who have children. In this culture, in this country, kids are dreaming of their Christmas presents way before Christmas. And I'm not trying to emulate them, but I think it's a human nature to, for the kids to want something special. They understand Ramadan, they see the spirit of Ramadan, but for the 6-year-old and the 3-year-olds and the 11-year-olds, they want to see a little bit of, some gift exchange. So I think it's important. And we give money in certain cultures, like in Pakistan, we give Eid, we give $5, $10, $20. That's something to look forward to. I don't know if in your culture you do that, but I think it's a good thing to prepare for Eid right from the beginning and buy, decorations for your home, decorate your home like a week before. So if you plan ahead for Eid, right now, then you can get into those good sales and you can have the banners and the Eid Mubarak banners and everything and the balloons and everything. So plan for Eid even now and I would say do buy gifts for your children. You don't have to pile them up like that under a Eid tree, but you just have gifts for your kids so that they have something to look forward to, because they're looking at all their class fellows who are getting these beautiful gifts and they're like, our religion is nice, but where are the gifts? They're humans, they're kids, they would like those things. So it's my advice to make it special for the children, especially those who are not fasting, the little ones, and encourage the children to fast also. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to see Ramadan first and foremost. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us good health, bring us to the Ramadan and allow us to see many, many more Ramadan. That He truly allow us to seek the beauty, the bounty and the barakah of this month and extract from it the gifts that are sitting, waiting from us, draw close to Him, connect with the Quran, connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and come out of Ramadan feeling stronger in our iman, just stronger people, better people, but stronger in our deen, stronger in iman, forgiven of all our sins as we will be inshallah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from us. There is a request for a dua from Imam Hafiz Muhammad. His aunt passed away in Kenya. Her name was Amna Mahmood Sharif. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her Jannat al-Firdaus and allow his family to go through this with sabr and with ease and make the difficulty of losing a loved one easy on them. Inshallah. Allah Ta'ala في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب سبحانك ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وآخر السلام.